Finally upgraded my ship to even better than it was before, using one of the Creation Club mods. ASC Deimos. I love my new modified ship. Spent the last like 2 days just modifying it, farming resources, credits, just leveling up. If I make it all white, it looks like a AT-AT from Star Wars, which I didn't realise that until I finished building it. I couldn't decide what I want to do, but I'm going to do some UC stuff. Oh, I've got to talk to Sarah Morgan first.
Here, I have something for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know.
I appreciate the effort.
I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours. Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on Vectera. When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel?
I had visions, heard sound and music. It's difficult to describe.
No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts?
Like my mind and body were out of sync.
That's an interesting reaction. But I suppose it shouldn't surprise me. When dealing with the artifacts, common sense tends to go right out the window.
That's a bit of an understatement.
True. But hey, how else would you describe it? The artifacts are so different, so alien. And I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery.
There's a solution to all this out there, somewhere.
Is there? After spending years gathering data about the artifacts, you'd think I'd have all the answers.
It certainly is a unique obsession.
Does that really surprise you? A universal mystery left unsolved for God knows how long? Oh, I've been dreaming about solving this puzzle from the beginning.
Never mind the dream. Think of the fame.
Oh, I don't want to be famous. I just want answers. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time. For memories or not, it's good to be home.
Hey! Hey, you! You have a minute? I need to talk to you. You're the one that was on Vectera, right? You flew in on the, Frontier.
Yes, that's right.
I knew it! Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action?
The Crimson Fleet attacked us, if that's what you mean by action.
This is great. Great! My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. An actual eyewitness! There's credits in it for credible newsworthy information.
You should have led with that.
And easy money, too. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
She managed to limp back here at all. Pull it for leeches, get it fixed up, and let her know we'll have it ready as soon as we can.
Yes, sir.
Ah, you are new probationary then? Crew Chief Herat. Pleasure to be working with you. It's my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that comes at you up there. Now, Manifest says we're fitting you out with one comms repair suite. In addition to the standard issue welcome kit all probationary pilots get for their first mission. Med packs, some small arms, couple spare ship parts, all the essentials in case of any surprises up there. My people will have everything on your ship before you lift off. Won't even know they were there. So, paying a visit to the people of scenic Tau Ceti 2. Nice easy one for your first job. Just keep your head on swivel and you'll come home safe. Any questions before you head out?
Nope.
Then I won't keep you. Make us look good out there, recruit.
You're carrying too many odds and ends. Time to let something go.
and we have.
The thing with the cruise thing is there needs to be some sort of list that you can go through, so you don't have to look around for 5 minutes. Honestly, the cruise mode makes things worse.
Haven't set foot on the Eye for ages. Hope Vladimir is in a good mood today.
We got a rook on deck. Good to see Constellation getting some fresh blood.
Good to meet you, Vladimir.
Glad you two finally have a chance to meet.
Wish I could have been down at the lodge to see the artifacts come together. But I got a little lost peeking through the eye.
Peeking through the eye? More pirate talk?
That one's all on me. The Eye is the nickname for the star station. Think of it as one big telescope.
Someone should have grabbed you. It was incredible.
Probably would have just gotten annoyed at being bothered. I'll catch a smile at our next big revelation. You know there's more to come. Now, this station, the Eye, rigged up for deep space scans. Barrett and Sarah teased out the signs of where our artifacts could be hiding after we caught our second one. But the data takes a slow ride along the Sea of Light. Years or decades between us and the fringes of space without a grav drive.
The Sea of Light?
No matter how good the scan, it's still just peeking at light, and she only has one speed.
Ultimately, we're not looking at a planet. We're looking at the radiation coming off a planet. And that takes years to get here.
Lot of interstellar bodies in the way, too. All that noise makes squaring the circle harder. Only going to be able to give you so many at once.
Understood. I need to check on these leads in person.
You won't be the only constellation out there. Andreja and Matteo are both following up on scans themselves. Matteo went out recently, but Andreja, it's been a while. Hate to pull a worried old man act on you, but I'm an old man, and I'm worried.
I'll keep an eye out for Andreja.
Yes, indeed. Stop worrying so much, Vladimir. If she's out there, we'll find her.
She should be at one of the 2 sites I've marked on your star map. Can take care of herself, but we all need backup sometimes. Anyway, hopefully you'll be catching Fortune's smile, and we'll have some more artifacts to take a closer look at. Happy hunting.
So you're retired from the Crimson Fleet. Didn't know that happened.
Usually doesn't. I'm overdrawn from Lady Luck 3 times over. It's a long tale to tip your ear on, but if you ever wanted to visit, I have a house out there in the Starfield. Thought I was going to see life's eclipse from there, but Constellation swept me away. Haven't been there since we started on the Eye. If you do go there, turn the lights off when you leave, okay?
If you're overloaded, we should stop and prioritize what we're carrying.
I'll be really glad when I get the Terran Armada DLC, so I can get the double-decker hab with this ladder. Because as I see it, I'll come in through the docker or the bay or whatever. I'll be able to walk straight up instead of jumping up.
Ever told you you're the greatest explorer in the settled systems? Well, they should.
My ship is at the peak amount of... I only have like 1 extra spot when it's fully finished. The pieces. I also plan on downloading the Doomslayer creation mod. So I want to get the sword and I want the armor. I'm not going to do it for a while. God, I love my ship. few things I'd like to change. Make the back a little bit more square at the very top, but I don't have enough pieces, and some of the pieces I need don't exist yet. So this is the best I'm gonna get my ship. What the fuck's with my face? Okay, these aren't even actors, so it can't be this, so what the fuck is with my character's face? The problem I have with a lot of these glitches is you don't even know that they're active until you see them, and then you have no idea when the glitch started. So you can't reload, because yeah, so annoying. Anyway, that fixed it. I really do like the glitches that fix themselves with a reload. But now that I've reloaded, the ship's camera is all zoomed in now. That glitch's still there, I hate that. The only way to fix it is to modify your ship.
An abandoned meat packing facility built on the fringes of the settled systems. I wonder what happened here.
I thought. Or you've got some incredible timing. Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building. But be quiet.
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, maybe? Yeah, make my day if you said you were a shock trooper out for a stroll.
Your shock trooper is here to save the day.
Of course you are. My hero. At least you follow orders well. Maybe you are military. Either way, we can make this work. I'm Hadrian. I was a researcher with the UC. I came here on a rumor of a... Well, I expect you saw the results on your way in. What's Left of the settlers, the work of Oxysio Machina. A terramorph. One of the nastiest aliens humanity's ever crossed paths with. And this one, well, it's something of an anomaly. Possibly a worrying one.
I can't believe that a terramorph did all this damage. I mean, I've heard the stories, but to see the decimation firsthand.
A terramorph? What's that?
Other than a remorseless killing machine.
Among apex predators, they're the pinnacle. Resilient, agile, smart. And their mental prowess only increases with age. Some can even dominate the minds of weaker species, keeping them as pets, livestock, or toys. They're creatures without peer.
What kind of anomaly are we talking here?
Terramorphs have a unique growth cycle. They're usually only found on worlds that have been long colonized by humanity. But Tao said he's too young to have one. Yet here it is. I came looking for an explanation and found all this.
Wait, are all the settlers dead then?
I managed to scope out a fair bit of the facility before it found me. If there are any survivors of the attack, they're long gone.
I'm not exactly equipped to deal with a killer alien.
Makes two of us. But this creature, I need to understand what it's doing here. To do that requires a tissue sample from it, and to get a sample, I need its corpse. But we're not without resources. This plant, it's got an automated security system. Though getting things online, as I've discovered, is not a one-person job. The admin terminal in this building needs its connection reset. And to do that, someone has to get to the security outpost. Across the compound. Not a far walk, but a risky one. You think you might be willing to lend me a hand?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I came here to help some settlers, not play chew toy to some alien.
Look, I wouldn't be asking if I thought there was any chance I could handle it by myself. But there's no way I'm getting these defenses live on my own. And I have to get to the bottom of what happened here.
What can you tell me about this security system?
The settlers outfitted most of the buildings with turrets at some point. Not sure how many are still operable, but at least a few appeared to be in fighting shape. There were also some sensors scattered around the facility that I didn't recognize. But those are honestly all just educated guesses until we get the connection reset.
Where can I find the security outpost?
It's the building in the middle of the facility. The terminal in there should allow you to grant me access to the system as a whole. Then we can see about getting things back online.
You're not coming with me?
Admin access is centralized to the terminal in this room. Nothing's coming back online if I'm not here. But even if that weren't the case, I'd likely be more of a liability out there than a help right now.
Alright, let's get the security system back online then.
Good. Once I see the connection reset, I'll get things underway on my end. Take care of yourself out there. And make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get a sample.
Reaction restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello. I wish I'd found this earlier. Those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. It's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5.
You've got something for me? Let's see what you've got. Bye-bye.
Tracker's reading green. And what's that sound?
The security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you could avoid it. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights. Watch the fireworks. You can do this. Show it messed with the wrong shock trooper.
It's a miracle we were able to bring that thing down. At least we avenged the deaths at the colony.
Oh, it's easy. And I've got the thing set up to hard and whatnot.
Oh, I hope we find a use for that before it spoils.
Basically a giant alien spider creature.
Tracker's gone quiet. I suspect it's either hiding or...
Wait, you did it, didn't you? Heavens above, you just flatlined a terramorph.
Try not to sound so surprised.
No offense intended. Now, I've just known whole Marine squads who couldn't take down a terramorph. To do it yourself? That's something else.
You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample, did you?
What's that? Sample? You think the nice lady should pay me for rescuing you?
Not doing this one out of the goodness of your heart, huh? I'll give you what I can. You certainly deserve it. Forewarning, though, I'm not exactly New Atlantis royalty.
Here you go.
All right. I spotted a microscope downstairs. Let's see if we can't get to the bottom of this.
Carrying enough clutter there, or should we find some more?
Older model. Alright, let's see what you can do. Running basic diagnostics? Nothing. Maybe a flag scan? No. Spectrograph. Damn. This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. Pets, livestock, pests. But terramorphs? They're different. To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Tau Ceti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one.
How does no one know how terramorphs get into human worlds? Aren't they kind of hard to miss?
Well, they're not exactly buying tickets and flying coach. The theory is that they're spread by some kind of egg or seed that's able to evade our detection. But how the hell an undetectable egg turns into a terramorph without anyone noticing is a question no one's ever found an answer to. And it's why what's happened here could be real bad news for the rest of human civilization.
Terramorphs have taken down other colonies?
They have. They even took down an entire city once. A place called Londinian had to be quarantined due to a massive outbreak during the colony war. It's the only known loss of that scale, but it's the reason why any change in our relationship with these creatures needs to be taken very seriously.
That feels like a big leap to make from a single sample.
You're right. We don't have enough information. Time was, I had access to one of the best repositories of terramorph research in the galaxy. Seems a natural place to start looking, if I can figure how to access it. But we also need to get this sample properly analyzed, get confirmation on just how concerned we should be. Luckily, I think I know just the person to help with the sample. What would you say to delivering this to him from me? Yeah, I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that Terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your boss, or commander, or whoever it is that actually sent you here. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan thinks there could be more attacks on the horizon. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll recognize the name.
Why would my commander know who you are? Are you with the UC military too?
Ah, so you are UC. And if they sent you way out here, 20 credits says you're Vanguard. But yes, I was military. Not anymore, but I've still got some friends in the colonies, so... if I'm lucky, maybe whoever sent you is one that still likes me.
Not sure that's going to be possible. I've got plenty on my plate as it is. No, there you go. I'll mention it, but I'm not making any promises.
That's all I'm asking. I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. He'll know what that means. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with the Trade Authority on Mars. There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here. It's not exactly a bounty, but you certainly deserve them. Should cover the cost to fuel to Mars, at least. Now please, go do what you have to do to get that sample in the right hands. We need to know what we're dealing with here.
That junk you're hauling is seriously slowing you down. What can I help you with? Dropping off a few... Feel free to drop some stuff. Time to go?
Really wish you could just hold down the button and it just, you know, rapidly does it. Because button mashing this to pull stuff away is so annoying. Off to Mars, I'll take it then. I really wish that Bethesda would increase the length limit on ships. Still keep the you can only have a certain amount of pieces, but just make the length bigger.
Another successful jump.
You are entering United Colony
for
space.
you, Captain.
Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. And complete. Enjoy your stay in New Atlantis.
Let me know if we're going to head into the well, so I can watch your back.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches in every colony.
I really wish you could consolidate every food item and drink item into just one big thing. There's just way too many. And I wish they'd separate the food ingredients from the food items. Ugh, it's annoying.
landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please. Okay.
Yeah, what is it? Heading into Mast. But don't worry. I'll try and keep my complaints to a minimum.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever you're ready.
I need your permission to deliver a terramorph tissue sample to Mars.
A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
The thing that ate the settlers, and nearly ate me, wasn't really interested in the repairs.
It's... what? That's a hell of a probationary mission. Takes some serious grit to make it through an experience like that. Above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it? Earned yourself some serious hazard pay on this one. But, if none of the settlers made it, who's got you delivering this sample?
You know, some crazy alien scientist, because she said you might recognize her name.
Did she now? Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens.
Wait, can we even be helping this woman?
Notation says that Sanan already faced punishment for her actions during the war. Dismissal from the UC military. And her sending you to me first makes me think she's actually trying to do this above board. Considering her history, reaching out to the UC probably wasn't the easiest decision. Which means that must be a pretty important sample.
What the heck is Xeno warfare?
In the run-up to the Colony War, the UC started a program with a singular goal. Find the deadliest, most terrifying aliens in the galaxy, and have them fight on the side of the UC. Never saw any of the deployments myself, but the program was clearly enough of a success that when the war came to an end 20 years ago, both sides agreed to have the practice banned. At which point, I presume, this tribunal decided to cut Sanan loose.
So this might actually be an urgent mission then.
Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special?
She's afraid there could be more attacks like the one that wiped out the people of Tau Ceti.
She thinks there could be more of these? This has been one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. I did actually have another mission lined up for you, supporting UC system defense against the Crimson Fleet. But now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances for either path. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Next time, use your jetpack.
Moving right through the checkpoint.
Hey, what can I do for you? And here's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship, and you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo. I'm sure you can find some. Okay, no problem.
So laggy with my ship, it's annoying. I'll make a video eventually on my updated ship, but
Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.